All right, what's up, YouTube? How the fuck are y'all doing today? All right, so all my boys that came from TikTok, everything that you guys saw on TikTok, I'm gonna be kind of explaining it again, but I'm doing it way more in depth because realistically, 60 seconds is not enough time to explain anything in this fucking game because everything is so situational that it does take time to like explain anything really. So like part number one today, we're going to be talking about movement, how you should really be moving around the game. And as oddly enough, you really don't want to be pressing the W key and moving forward a lot. Most of the movement you're going to be doing this game is laterally, and I'm going to explain that right here right now. First things first, your bullets don't go straight if you're moving. So if you peek around a corner from somebody, you have to be standing still for your bullets to go straight, just as it is here. But if as soon as I start running around, look where that one bullet went. That was my first bullet and it wasn't anywhere near my crosshair. I was looking right here. That shit is all the way up here. All right, so when you go around a corner, you want to be standing still so that first bullet goes straight. Oddly enough, a high elo player can tell if someone's a lower elo just by the way they walk. It's really, really strange, but just by the way somebody peeks around a corner, we can tell if they're low elo or not. So when you peek corners, you want to be doing lateral movements. And what I mean, you don't want to be holding W to go around a corner. This is what it looks like on our screen. Not really the best thing, but this is what it looks like for the other person's screen. Exactly that. Okay, so he did it exactly like that. Him holding W, you're just, it's not the right way to do things. It's really hard to explain, but my other parts of this video, if you start piecing what I'm saying here and then piecing that one, it's really gonna make more sense. But just so you know, when you go around a corner and start swinging, always move laterally. And don't do that. But what I mean about laterally is like, let's say he's standing right here, right? I know that I have a general sense that he's in that area. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set myself up in relevance to the corner that all I have to do is hold D to go right and I can clear everything in that area. Boom, he's right there. But let's say if he's anywhere else, I can just keep holding D, just like this. That is the better way, more efficient way, quicker way, and better way to clear corners in this game. And that's when it comes to movement. So everything you want to be doing is you want to set yourself up so you can just move laterally. There's different methods to peeking. You have something called jiggle peeking. That's jiggle peeking. He quickly exposes himself enough to get information, or he can quickly get a one tap on me. But he is moving really fast. So now we're going to be talking about how to make your bullets go straight while really moving. So the next terminology I'm going to be using is called counter strafing. This is some way that you can constantly keep moving, which is the best thing for pistols. You can keep moving and your bullets will always go straight. So I want you guys to envision that Valorant is just one big grid. And if you actually pay attention when the footsteps are actually made, it's like every cubic foot. You can see that his feet are moving faster than the sound does. So keep that in mind now. If you envision that you have a cubic foot around you, if you stay inside that cubic foot, no matter how much you're moving, you're not going to make any noise, just like he is right now. So now we're going to be talking about counter strafing. So when you're strafing right and you take that first step left, you're going to be in the same exact cubic foot. If you shoot, as soon as you take that first step, your bullet will go straight. And you can keep moving back and forth. Every time you take a step in the other direction, if you shoot at that exact moment as well, your bullet will always go straight. And let me show you what it looks like on my screen. I'm gonna use this wall right here as an example. So just pay attention where my bullets go. Every time I take a step the other direction, I'm gonna shoot, my bullets will always go straight. It takes some time to get the timing down, but once you get the timing down, it's gonna become so habitual that you'll always get it down no matter how you peek. And yes, I'm gonna hear this fucking comment a lot. You don't need to counter strafe in this game. You can just stand still. Yes, you can just stand still 100%. But what if I'm peeking long right here? Am I really gonna swing out wide and just stand still and shoot at the guy? Fuck no, I'm not gonna expose myself this much. I wanna get quick information and maybe I'll get a quick one tap. You don't even know.
Let's win this round and this game's over. Oh, yeah, we're going.
Nice shot.
So yes, I know people say you can stand still, but let's say I'm about to peek C long right here. I know that enemies might possibly be there. Am I really gonna swing out wide and just stand in the same fucking spot to shoot them? No. I don't know where he's at 100%, so he's gonna have the advantage in this sense. So if I swing out wide just to kill him, and I'm standing still, I have to take time to stop, I have to take time to aim, and I have to take time to shoot. Yes, you can do it very, very quick, but I put myself in a really bad situation where I can't get myself out, and this is where counter strafing comes into place. So you can use counter strafing, just a quick way to peek something and potentially get the kill. Yet again, you always want to stay alive for as long as you can when you play this game. Swinging out wide and putting yourself in a bad situation to die is not always the answer. So counter strafing looks a little bit something like this. I was moving the entire time, yet my first bullet went straight. I shot him in the face. It is an easy kill. The way you do pistol fights in this game, you're always moving around. You really don't see people stand still and shoot around because you become too easy of a target. But if you haven't gotten the timing down of counter strafing, your bullet's not going to really be going straight when you shoot it. So now tying counter strafing into the movement, this is why you should be moving laterally when you peek around a corner, because if I'm holding W, for me to counter that strafe, I need to press S, which is quite awkward, to be honest. I mean, go ahead and try it in a game, press W and then press S really fast and shoot. You're using the same finger, so it's just a little weird. I can strafe in one direction and I can easily press the other button to get the kill. I hit you in the shoulder. So this is why you want to be strafing. If you move left, my finger is already on D to move right, and all I need to do is tap it, and my first bullet's gonna go straight, and then it's an easy kill, just like that. When you jump, your bullets don't go straight, so don't be fucking running around like this and just shooting. Like, your bullets don't go any. Like, I've literally been point blank to people, and I haven't killed them by jumping around. So just so you guys know, you can also strafe in the air. So whatever direction you're looking, so if you're looking right as you're in midair, press D as well. So you're going to be having a lot of velocity going in that direction. Your movement's going to look a little bit something like this. And what this is good for is, let's say that there's a couple people B, or there's one guy holding B right now, and I'm trying to get into this headshot position. By using the strafing method and also strafing in the air, I'm not exposing myself by just pressing W, jumping out, and then jumping over to the right. I'm going to jump. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump out of the window and I'm going to strafe to the right. I'm going to miss all of these stairs. I'm going to be less exposed to B, and it's just a much faster way to do it. And I'm already ready to go. I missed all of these stairs. I jumped out a window and I didn't really expose myself. So let me show you what it looks like from the other angle right now. All right, so let's say I'm a defender. I'm holding B right here. I think he's going to swing out. So I'm watching. There you go. And there's a lot of different places you can do it. You can get on top of generator on ascent by doing this. You can do, it's a better way to have better movement, and movement in this game is more important than aiming, because they're pretty much the same fucking thing, to be honest. If you can't move properly, you won't be able to aim properly. If you can't aim properly, you ain't getting kills. You're going to be staying in this low ass elo. You know what I mean? And we all trying to get a little more. So there's different methods to peeking. You can either do something called a wide. Generally, people hold really tight corners in this game, and this is where wide swinging really does come into play, because I'm going to be expecting him to be close to the corner, but he's going to swing out really, really wide, and I have to flick to him to get the kill. And I mean, I wasn't paying attention, but that's perfect example right there. I wasn't ready for him to swing out wide, and he just clapped me. But then you can also keep it really, really narrow, and we're going to be showing you what some like little jiggle peeks look like. So I'm going to be showing you some examples of like what jiggle peeking does and why it's also very beneficial. Boom. You don't really get a lot of time to react. You get information doing it, and I'm going to show you what it looks like from my screen. So A long is a very common angle for people to hold when they see me going over to sewer, but then you can also jiggle it. Just kind of like that. Doesn't give them a lot of time to react, and it's an easy way to get a quick little kill in the beginning of the round or middle of the round, end of the round. Doesn't really matter. So just to have a little bit of a recap, movement wise, move laterally more than you move vertically. Your bullets only go straight when you're standing still. But if you stay within the same plane, the same cubic foot, your bullet will go straight when you're changing directions, because the game registers it as you're standing still for that short brief of time. There's different methods to peeking. You can also jiggle peek. You can wide swing. There's a couple more ways to peek, but generally you want to be moving laterally around a corner. You want to either go wide or you want to stay close and jiggle it. And also you guys can strafe in the air, so that if you want to get around corners very, very quickly, be a little sneaky beaky and shit like that, that's some other ways you can do it. So that's pretty much the embodiment of movement. What I recommend is you guys go into the range and also practicing on that parkour map, just going into custom and just jumping around corners and deathmatch. So the first part, we're talking about movement. I hope you kind of understand what I'm talking about. Yes, it is like really kind of confusing, and I try to explain it the best way possible, but this is just something that you need to watch other people and watch how they play. I'm pretty sure it's all going to make more sense on the next part, which I'm going to come out with. So when I come out with this next part, it's going to make it's going to make a lot more sense when it comes to movement wise. I would say movement is more important than aiming, to be honest, because the way you aim dictates also on how you move as well. So wait for the next part to come out. A lot of this shit's going to make more sense. I hope this understands. If not, just come to my Twitch and talk to me. Honestly, just come on, stop by. I'll help you out as much as I can. I'm going to give you as much tips as I can. This is not an easy topic to really explain, and I try to do the best thing I can possible. I'm not a pro. I'm not a coach. I'm not nothing. I'm really just trying to help you guys get better at the game and understand it more. So if there's anything I can do for you guys, Stop by the Twitch, DM me on my social medias. You know, I already know what the plan is. I appreciate you guys. Sandman out.